Hi there.
Hey, how are you, mate?
Good. Thanks for checking in.
No, that's cool. How's things going? Don't stress if it's not overly positive. Just give it to me up the way it is.
Yeah, I guess I've the past couple of weeks kind of been freaking out a little bit, just
Yeah,
like no funds doesn't help with that. But yeah, I don't know, just kind of it's like sleepless nights going over this, like what is happening, why, and so I decided to cut it in half,
yep,
and cut the price and the trip in half,
yep.
and kind of focus more on the cultural side of it. And so I'm keeping the horse trip, I'm keeping the Hopi, I'm keeping the Navajo foraging. I'm
Yeah.
cutting out the sacred medicine,
Okay.
and yeah, and it looks like I can, yeah, like really reduce the cost, and I guess hopes it's more accessible to a lot more people, so I
Okay.
can like really, yeah.
Okay. So you're cutting out the sacred medicine. Are those changes there based on feedback? You've been doing a little bit of research in your Facebook group and getting a sense of what people are looking for in their travel experiences. Have you
Yeah, I think it's
how
from feedback. It's from feeling. I know it shouldn't all be based on feeling. It should be based on research and what's going on. But yeah, a lot of I think also feedback from the tourism industry, and what people have been saying is so cool, and just like I
yeah,
really am not getting like these, like, yeah, let's do medicine,
yeah.
and
Okay.
I was also kind of, I really want to be careful with that, because that's like, that should be, you should be called to it. I'm not a shaman, so it's like,
Okay. It
yeah,
sounded like an amazing concept, and you wanted to bring something to the world that you thought was going to be really, really cool without really kind of testing the market or doing the requisite research,
yeah,
which is totally fine, man. That's what everyone does when they're starting a business. So you wouldn't be,
sure,
and
sure,
you're so young, you got a long, long future in this, and you are just literally dipping your toes in the water. So
yeah,
I understand that really the only thing that you're like that's giving you stress, or it should be, is your dwindling bank balance. Is that right? Because
pretty
ultimately you are
much.
just going about
No,
things in the way that
I'm
everybody else
not.
does.
I'm not thinking of giving up at all or anything.
Yeah,
This, like, this is my thing. So
yeah,
I'm 100% in
yeah,
still, Phil, and I'm still
yeah,
really excited about a lot of this stuff,
yeah, yeah.
and
But
yeah.
that's great, because what you are doing is what
But I heard
anyone
what you
does when they.
said. I heard what you said. Yes,
What does that say? I
yesterday.
can't even read it there.
It says, think, talk, act, present yourself as if you just
Yeah,
sold the first trip.
yeah,
Your successful energy will, sell
yeah,
itself. It's
yeah, yeah. It's contagious.
contagious.
It is. It
Contagious.
is. People are like, this guy's the real deal, and people connect with you. Like
Yeah.
people don't want to connect with someone who feels like you're a spiritual guy, a spiritual mind, and you understand, like, vibing high and vibing low,
Yeah.
understand how attractive it is and what a repellent it can be as
Yeah,
well.
no,
So
I totally
yeah,
get that. And
but that's okay.
I understand that.
Yeah, but as long as
Sometimes,
you are, you're at ground zero still. You're in testing phase, and you're
yeah.
figuring out where. And most businesses and most tour operators, where they are 3 years down the line to where the visions and the dreams and began, is just dramatically different. And that's
Yeah.
that's where you're at.
Yeah.
You're at right now. Okay, so the repackaged, refined, lower, reduced price, duration. Give me to me in a nutshell. How is it? What is the experience going to be like now? What are the outcomes? Kind of, you don't need to compare it to what it was, but tell me about it now.
Um, Without like the details, or the details, or just
Low,
all of it.
just give me your
Okay.
your
Well,
30
okay.
second pitch.
It's
Like,
still
why should I listen to you?
very,
Why is this going to be like a life-changing experience? What are the outcomes people are going to get? What are they going to do?
well, it still holds the soul of the whole concept of going, diving deep into the desert, the perspectives of the desert, the land, the people,
Yep.
like getting, and I think the unique part about it is that this is off the beaten trail. This is with, indigenous cultures that you don't
Yep.
really have
Yep.
access to otherwise.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it's interesting. I'm having an interview with the native guide tomorrow. It's kind of,
Yep.
keeps getting put off, but
Yep.
but we had a great conversation just about how good tourism can be for the Navajo culture right now, and
Yeah.
ecotourism, and how, and even I had a great meeting with one of the global sales guys for the Utah Office of Tourism, and like, I don't know, we were both buzzing after the meeting because it was just like yeah, this can be so good for indigenous cultures because
Yeah.
yes, it's I they it's giving them some economic, it's giving them jobs, it's showing them that their culture is important, and that their perspective is important, and it's a way to preserve the culture while also lifting them out of,
Mhm.
financial hardship.
That's
So
awesome. Can I stop you just there?
that's
That's a really
not the
great piece of
customer
content. No,
experience.
but that's no, but that's a really great piece of content. If you
Yeah,
did the same thing without you sitting in your chair with in the sterile white background, and you just turned your camera on and went for a walk and said, "Man, I just had the greatest conversation with," and you told me that
yeah,
in the beautiful outdoors with a more relaxed feel, a bit more energy in your voice, that's a cool piece of content right there. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So, but okay, so that's awesome.
Uh-huh.
So call it out. Who's your audience? If you're someone who blah blah blah, this is perfect for you. Why is someone who specifically is this? Whose life is this trip going to change?
That's a good question. I mean,
Don't
because
go into it now, but you need to ask yourself that question.
absolutely. I mean, in reformatting this, I've kind of been like, all right, well, now I'm not hitting those hot spots like Zion and the Grand Canyon. Now I'm not like hitting those bright points. So it's like, so maybe this is for the person that's been to Utah already, that has traveled here.
Yeah.
And but it is also for that person that is looking for more substance in their travel
Mhm.
experience, for, yeah, like you said, that the like, who is kind of traveling but kind of like missing that experience, and that video of
What kind of substance are we
what's the
talking
main
about?
points.
Because there's lots of
I'd
different kinds of substance, but
yeah,
what's the substance? What's missing? What's that little missing link or that missing hole in the travel experiences that person has had before now, and why they're like, yes, this is what I've been looking for. I've been searching for something like this that's going to satiate me in a way that things I haven't done before have satiated me.
I guess it's for those. It's, I mean, like, you can go to a beautiful place with loads of tourists, and not be connecting deeply with the land or the people that live there. And I don't know, for maybe those that have gone to a beach on Cancun and like looked at, the poor people off to the side and wonder what their lives are like. And so, this is having dinner with them. This is learning
Yeah.
about the culture in an area, about,
Okay.
the reality.
All right. So you don't have to, I mean, if you can nail those down, I asked you a couple of really, really probing questions then.
Okay.
And the answers were, pretty average, let's be honest. Like, I guess it's 4, it could be 4, probably, like if you can get someone leaning in and saying, wow, that's like that, this is just grabbing, it sent a tingle down my spine. And you can answer those questions and call out specifically who it's for and the life, and then how it's going to change the life of that person.
Yeah.
Then you'll win. Okay. And you
Yeah.
will that trip will be overflowing with a wait list, and it'll be you'll be the hunted. People will be, how do I work with you? And you're like, well, this is what you need to do to work with me. Like, it's not so simple, because there's limited spots, and there will be for some time. So at some point you might get an opportunity to take this experience with me, but right now it's in hot demand. So that's cool. Okay, so how are you going to sell it? Now, what you just need to do is keep vibing high. You need to keep chipping away. You need to keep showing up. And because the second that you let this get to you, and the second that your shoulders slump, and the second that the desperation and the dejection permeates through into the way you communicate with your potential customers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need to spell it out. So you have to understand right now that you're in a battle, and it's going to be a grind. The first one's going to be the hardest to sell.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the hardest to sell. Okay. After that, it is, it's going to be like poetry. You're going to have reviews, testimonial, videos, confidence, improved experience with suppliers. Everything is just going to come together. So you just got to get this first one done. All right.
Mhm.
So
I had a couple people that were really interested in my Norwegian one,
yeah.
and that might be coming together actually like really quickly.
Okay.
The shaman that I have in northern Norway was like gave me some times that the Sami family could meet, and one's in
Yep.
the spring. So I might have like 2 sales for that really quickly.
Well,
So
that's
that
great.
might be actually even happening in May before my June trip. So
Okay. Well, that's amazing. So I guess what we're doing now applies across the board. They're decisions obviously for you to make.
yeah.
My first question here, have you seen, I mean, I could point you to a lot of things, but I think this, where am I here? Sorry, in week 3, how to create your 12-month sales action plan. Obviously, you've seen that lesson in the members area in the Scale and Sell coaching program. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
And you've obviously, so there's a lesson there. It's actually a recording from one of our recent coaching calls. So definitely watch it and rewatch it.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be really valuable for you. You'll see below the lesson, you've got this simple sales action plan.
Yeah,
here.
I've got that.
Okay, great. So we don't need to really dive into it now, because I just want to talk about some of the stuff that's going to apply to you. And then I've recorded this, so you can just grab the recording. I'll get my virtual assistant to kick it over to you, and you'll be able to go back and review it. But where are you going to move the needle right now in the next 2 months? Because you've got a couple of months now, like the clock's ticking.
Yeah,
And it's game time, isn't it?
absolutely.
So I wouldn't be spending crazy amounts of time nutting out your specific targets and your annual sales and how that breaks down into bookings. This is super important over the next 6 months as you start to, the flywheel starts to spin.
Yeah.
The need for targets, goals, projections on all those things becomes more and more important. But right now, you just want to, your goal is to sell this first trip and book it out.
Yeah.
Or just make it viable and profitable. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So I guess the best thing to do is come down here to activities and strategies. All right. So in this plan, we've obviously got the sales targets, then we've got the activities and the strategies. And then we actually, we go into more detail about that particular activity and strategy. It makes sense. So we might have the proposed activity, which could be, let's use any of these examples. We could use lead generation, okay, or email marketing. So then we know what we need to do. And then down here, we go into a little bit more detail. So how's it actually going to happen? Who's going to be accountable for it? Well, it's obviously going to be Blake. What are the immediate next steps and actions? Just bullet point them so you know what you're looking at. How much time do you reckon? I think it'd be useful. This is going to take you a few minutes to actually get a plan in place for these particular strategies. What kind of budget are you going to throw at it, if any?
Uh-huh.
And then maybe set some goals as well. Okay. So, and then there's some additional notes there for more details about that particular strategy. And then down here, we've got an activity calendar. Don't worry about it for now. It'll be useful down the line.
Yeah.
And then we've got a budget, it's like some details on budget, plus your time of review. And look, that's all you're going to get more sophisticated. You're going to get a more detailed, actionable plan you're going to work towards. But right now, you got to get the activities and the action, like the strategies in place, and just start working towards them. So what some of the strategies that you're going to be considering right now, you got a couple of months to sell this thing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So probably, like, for example, relationship building and outreach to travel agents and travel partners, probably not a great use of time. The wheels turn fairly slowly, don't they? Okay. Yeah. So that's a slow burner. That's a long-term thing that you want to start investing time in over coming months and like over subsequent trips. That's going to be immensely fruitful for you. I'm really, really sure. But let's focus on some of the other stuff that's going to be more sort of quick win related. And I think a lot of those, I mean, you've started focusing on your Facebook groups and your own Facebook profile. And I think that's a really great place to start. So for me, it's going to be a couple of things. Obviously, continue these relationships that you've been building with, certain potential partners and the Utah Tourism Organization. They're really important. You could really, and I mentioned to the other day, it's a bit of a mindset thing. You need to start going for the jugular, and even if you've been building these relationships for this long-term, the long-term partnership, now's the time for you to really go for the jugular, as in, hey, so it's great we've got this thing going on, but in the meantime, here's this thing and I need to do this and I want to do it quickly. And I've got a few ideas about what you can do for me and how I can in return support you. So what I need to do is sell this trip. Okay. I've got a couple of ideas. Here's some marketing collateral. Can you get this out to your supply? You know what I mean? So really going hard to ask people to step up and do stuff to get this thing sold, rather than just yeah, this is great. This is, organically, this relationship's growing, but it's not selling your first trip. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I guess a couple of things I wanted to point you to. So with Facebook, now I'm not going to write notes here. You'll go back and review this. A few things you're going to be doing is, one, you are going to be growing your own friend network of people that you feel will fit your customer avatar. And then you want to be getting them into your group. Okay. So the way, and I think I mentioned this to you, but the way, and I do this with a lot of success. Okay. So let's go over here, for example. I want to make sure that you're doing it. All these people you may know. So Facebook serves you up people you may know. So for me, it's these people, Jason, 24 mutual friends. So as you invite more people to be friends, it's going to serve up more mutual friends, and it's going to give people more comfort that, oh, it is great. We've got some mutual friends. I'll be friends with, I'll accept Blake's friend request. Okay.
Yeah.
Added to that, you're going to really sort of improve your profile. So you look like a really cool guy, like a really spiritual guy. There might be some video, there's going to be some great images, there's going to be some links to your business, and so you get to look like the real deal and someone who's interesting, exciting, they're going to want to be friends with you. Okay. So that's an obvious. So I do that every day, and I'm sifting through and I'm seeing who would be a potential friend that I can then pop into my, I'm just randomly. So Caitlin, well, she's self-employed, that works well for me. She's got a bunch of mutual friends that are all in the travel industry. So I can see, well, I don't really know. So she may not be the right fit. Instantly, I'll be like, yeah, there's not really, she's not really ticking boxes like as a tour operator, people that I know are the tour operators. So, maybe not. So Connie, who's Connie? All right. So let's have a quick look. So she's, North America, which ticks a box. So a lot of these people I can see are tour operators. I know just from my own networks that they are tour operators. So Colleen seems like she loves travel, and she's friends with a lot of tour operators. Maybe, look, who knows? It might be worthwhile. She's got a lot of travel related things. I could probably dig a little deeper, but yeah, absolutely right. So does that make sense? So
yeah, it does.
Okay, so you're inviting people over to be friends. Once they're friends, you want to invite them into your group. Okay, and your group is Sacred Tourism. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to be building your Facebook group, because as I told you, that group is going to be your own private fish farm. All right, and you're going to be pulling customers out of that group and enrolling them in your trips for the next 20 years of your life. Okay, and it is the difference between doing that and running Facebook ads, for example, is that once people get into your group, or once you actually start pitching or put an offer to them, they know everything about you. They've seen your videos. They know something about your company. They know like some of the content you've been sharing, and they're so comfortable with you. It's like a really natural process.
All right. Lead.
Yeah, exactly. Facebook ads, trying to get people to book your trips. That is like fishing in the big, wide ocean. All right. And it's a lot harder. Okay. So that's that. So building your Facebook group is really important. Now with your Facebook group, you want to be continuing to create value for your audience. And it goes like this. So, and this could be video or text. You want to be doing value-based posts. All right. something really interesting, useful. Hey, that's really valuable. Wow, Blake's positioning himself as a real authority in travel or in spirituality or in sacred medicine, whatever it is. But like, wow, he knows his stuff. He's really he's really interesting. He's got a lot of knowledge. So that's and you're positioning yourself as a real authority in those spaces. Then you're also doing the same thing by sharing other stuff in your group. Okay. Well, this is something really interesting that I think you guys would find useful. All right. Then the next thing you're doing, so that's 2 types of posts, and they can be video or text. Then the next is like engagement, sparking some engagement in the group, and you just figure out what works and what doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to start sparking engagement, and also if you've got really great, interesting posts that people are saying great things about, you want to continue to get them to the top of the group by continuing to get people commenting and you commenting, because the second someone comments, that takes that post to the top of the group again. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the next one,
aware of that.
Next ones are like polls and research-based posts. So do a poll. Me, for example, simple example, I might do a poll in my group which says, hey, how's business going now? Everyone bouncing back? Or something like that after COVID. And I'll give them some options. We're crushing it. We're back, baby. Business is booming. Or yeah, it's slowly but surely, but I need more sales. Or like, well, it is, but I'm struggling. What's that?
I said I love polls.
Exactly. And so you're crafting the poll to get people to make a response that you can then lead into a conversation with. So someone says, Tix, yeah, we're back, but I'm really struggling with capacity or finding new guides. Boom, on a message. Hey, how's it going? I just reading that recent poll. I was interested to know what specifically is it that you're struggling with, or businesses like so slow and really struggling. Hey, curious. I was reading that poll. Why are you struggling? Where are your sales actually coming from? Are they just relying on one sales channel? And they're like, well, yeah, they're only coming through blah, blah, blah. I'm like, have you considered da, 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 da? Here's some useful information. Wow, thanks so much. Boom. Spark engagement, conversation. Eventually, I'll pull them out of my group and enroll them in my program. Does that make sense? As you'll pull people out of your group and enroll them in your trips. All right?
Yeah.
So and then the next type of post is a freaking promo. Go hard, promo, bring in with confidence, scarcity, call to action. Book it now, running out, it's going to change your life, and you just mix those posts up. So you're not always promoting your things. You're doing all the other stuff, but then you're going to go hard. And right now you should be doing that, twice a week. All right.
Yeah.
Mixed in with the value, which is the interviews and all those kind of things. All right. And so let's have a look at a few examples. And the other thing is, I just want to point out, first of all of those post styles can be video. Video is awesome. I've told you about that. And text copy. Okay. So you can mix them up, and you can.
Yep.
And sometimes video is awesome. It can be text as well, because you're creating a video and then you are, so I got all these kind of things popping up at the same time. Then you are creating, you're explaining it in copy. So you're not just serving someone up a video. You're like, hey, you guys will love this. I talk about blah, blah, blah. It was really important and valuable because of blah, blah, blah. Anyway, check it out. So people are going to be much more likely to do that. All right. To jump on and watch your video. So you got to be promoting really hard. A few good examples I've seen lately. I'll just show you around a couple of things. So this chick, Leah, and I don't know if you know Leah, but she's got a company called Flip Flops and Adventures. Okay. Similar, she does multi-day outbound tours. But if you can either be friends with her and jump on it, just see the way that she does things, and she's always promoting. She's getting sparking engagement. Just run down. It's her personal, day 3 with Flip Flop Adventures, full of blah 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 blah. But if you go down to some of the posts, just like simple, and obviously this is a little bit different to you because you're not actually running trips yet, but anyway, like jump in, see how she does things. Okay. Exciting news. My blah, blah, blah is it was previously closed out. I've got word they've got a few more spots. Anyway, all kinds of great ideas and strategies that you can use.
Okay.
Okay,
So she's
here's
killing
one.
it with how she does stuff.
I think she's really good. I mean, I can only go by the way she appeals to me.
Yeah, sure.
Sierra, check out the way she does things as well. All right,
Okay.
she goes hard. She's like, it's, you know, get involved. This is what it takes to work with me. All right, you're going to be chasing me.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll get more sophisticated. She's got video. She's got really all kinds of cool stuff. She's jumping in the car. She's giving a little promo. Have a look at the way she does things. Okay. All right.
Got it.
She's awesome. Even just in our group. So I was having a quick look at Cherry.
How do you deal with like naysayers in your groups?
I'll tell you that in a second.
Okay.
So what's Cherry? Yeah, Cherry's really starting to step it up as well. Okay. You know, so things like this, and you know, it's booking out. Not bad, right? So it's not even a long post. Closing soon. Private message me. You might even leave more. You might even make it easier rather than just private message me. You're like, here's the call to action. Just click this link. It's going to take you to blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So just to make that process as easy, you want to make it as easy as possible. So have a look at the way she does things. Charlie,
just got an idea. I've got this really cool like Native American Hogan that we're gonna stay in. So I'll post like the inside of that, and I'll be like, wow, look at this cool place.
Mate, there are a million ideas for content. Really cool. Think about engaging, fun stuff. Charlie, he's in our group as well. He does some great stuff as well. Okay, so I need to work with him more closely and get him organized and more sales driven. But you know, he's got some cool stuff. He shares an article like he's got his San Miguel de Allende trip, and he's got people commenting. It looks amazing, and then he's got his Epicurean Exchange, which is also which is his Facebook page. Okay, you need to overcomplicate it. So have a look at the way those guys are doing things. Get some inspiration from them. And then as far as and then you've got to go hard with your promos. All right. So value, video, engagement, promo, bang, 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 go for the jugular. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so that leads to your list. So the content you're sharing in your group should be rehashed, and you should be emailing your list every second day as well. Okay.
Okay.
Exactly the same stuff. So
my email list every second day.
Sure. Right now, why the hell not? Value.
Okay.
Promo, value, engagement, sharing something. Just doesn't need to be like, don't overthink your emails. Just if it's interesting, people will open it. Okay. Don't need to write like a long email that's been proofread and copywritten. If it's interesting, people will open your stuff. Okay. That's the rule. If it's interesting, people will open your stuff. So the other thing is you want to be building your list. Okay. So I'm just clicking on, this is Sierra Bush's website. So have a look at some of the stuff that she does. So she does Italian adventures. So, but what I want to show you is some of her. Anyway, so she's got a great site. I'm looking for her lead magnets. Okay. Well, there's that, but she's got a couple of really cool. Okay. So look at her. These are for purchase, but I'd be using them as free lead magnets. Okay. So she's created some really great, you just need one. One really awesome, gotta have it lead magnet. Okay. That you can start building your list with.
Yeah.
And have a look at hers for some inspiration. Okay. And then, so your list should be building, you should be hitting it hard and emailing it all the time. Oh, the other kind of post as well is invite people to join the group. All right. So, invite people into your group. And then the other thing is, are you in these groups? So for example, you over here in, sacred tourism, sacred medicine. What am I doing here? So this is your group, obviously here. Yeah. Sacred tourism.
The top one. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So it's growing, which is good. Once you get to about 500, then it'll start to grow organically, which will be good. So are you in these other groups providing value, positioning yourself as an authority?
I'm in like Thank You Plant Medicine. I'm in ayahuasca.
Right. So you should be in there, and you should be sharing and you can share the same piece of content, something awesome, not a promo, just value.
Yeah, I did. I shared
Request-
I shared a post earlier this week that
Yeah.
did really, really
Great.
well in
Great.
every group.
Great. Then you need to be requesting friends. Once people start to get familiar with you, you become friends with them.
Yeah.
And then you get them over to your group. Okay.
Yeah.
And you start building your group. That will be one of the greatest assets you'll ever own. Okay. So again, spiritual tourism. Is there groups there that are going to be valuable to you? Spiritual healing, 275,000 people. Do you think there's some leads in there? I would think there would be. So that's that as well. So and then once you get them in your group, you want to be getting them on your email list by sharing your lead magnets and growing your list concurrently with growing your Facebook group. Okay. So do you think that's enough to go on with for the minute?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any immediate questions?
Naysayers in a group.
All right. Don't worry about it, because you know what? Do you want to be a wallflower?
I just kind of answered them with a happy face, And
what do they say? Like, you're not the real deal. You're a fraud, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're like, well, you're obsessed with sacred medicine, and just everything that comes out is a supposed friend, But
don't worry about it. Listen to me really carefully.
Yeah.
As you have more success, it'll happen more often. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to email people your list or your group, right? 10% are going to buy from you. 80% are going to be, oh, that's interesting. Maybe one day they might buy from you, but probably not incredibly motivated. And then 10% will just like freaking troll you. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. That's great. Take it as a compliment, because you want to be disruptive. You want to make people think, possibly controversial.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a wallflower. You don't want to be, oh, that guy's nice. You know what I mean? Like, people will connect with you.
Yeah.
Other people will hate you. All right. Well, maybe not even that strongly. Don't worry about it. Treat them with love, compassion, send your love and light. That's you're authentic. You're following your dreams, and you believe in what you're doing, as others will as well. Don't worry about it. Get thick skin.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
It happens to the best, and the better you get, the more it'll happen.
Yeah. No, I mean, I should know this more than anyone, because that's what I've also dealt with that the last 12 years with Teal.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Mate, get onto it.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Fire up.
Cool. Appreciate the focus. Yeah.
Okay. And just keep it's a long game. Okay. Don't place your worth or everything.
I actually have.
I've got to do this, or if failure is not an option, just be gentle with yourself.
I finally got to the point where I've seen this as a long game. So that's a step in the business. That's good.
And mate, take a look at what the best are doing or others are doing, and just hack it.
Yeah, okay? That's good. Yeah, I hadn't really thought of looking at other tour operator Facebook groups, so that's good. I like that. I'll go check that out.
Awesome. All right, mate.
Okay.
Talk soon.
All right. Okay.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Bye.
See you next week.